Testing 1 2. Where place my face? Okay, let's jump over here to the scan. Okay, so we got our scanner up here, looking for the various signals. What I was looking at, we had lace up here. We got a couple of RVOL movers that are getting a little bit of attention here. Lace is one of them. That's $4.23. We also have CIS, CISS, ADD. All of these are sucking up some volume, and then Benny down there as well, sucking up volume. CIS only has 2 million shares. Lace has 12 million. ADD has 126. Let's go ahead and look at these floats. I don't know why they're having seems like they're having some issues with putting on the float over here on the scanner, but I can still see the float over here. So let's start with CISS. CISS float under 1 million. Lace with a float of 9.68. ADD float of 14.62. And then Benny down there with a float of 2.518. Okay, so that's what we're looking at this morning, and these all have those higher relative volumes for the morning. Let's go and look at start off with our top mover. ADD has 126 million shares traded on it, only 13 cents, super cheap. Next, Benny, 26 million shares traded on it, up 28%, cheap. Lace here has been making its way up. Did have a little, when was this catalyst out? Lace had a catalyst a couple days, or no, that's Benny. Where's Lace? Lace had a catalyst yesterday afternoon, 3:10 p.m. yesterday afternoon, and that's Central Standard Time for me. All right, but yeah, Lace is doing this little thing there. As far as ATRs, ADD had an ATR of 8 cents yesterday, and it has an ATR of 9 cents today, so barely moved. BINI had an ATR of, wow, that doesn't even make sense. The ATR of $9.82. That's insane. Today it has a ATR of, it says 157. I don't know what's going on with Benny, but it's a cheap one, so it's probably harder to calculate the ATR. Lace had an ATR of 25 cents yesterday and is up to 36 cents today. CISS ATR of 20 cents, and today it's up to 36 cents. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at on the scans, and I'm thinking Lace is going to be the first one that I'm just going to see what happens there. It's up 70%, so out of all of these, it's up the most. So I'm guessing it's going to be getting the most attention, especially for the range that it can offer. So let's go look at the daily charts for Lace starting off, because it's got the most range to offer. All right, so this is Lace's daily chart, closed at 246 yesterday, and is now trading at 416. So right around this level. Let's go ahead and mark obvious levels here. So we got an obvious level 432. Let me go ahead and say possible daily. Possible daily level. Okay. Then we have the body of this candle down here is right at the $4. So I'm gonna go. That's only a 32-cent drop. So go ahead and duplicate, drag this down to about this indecision level. I think I'm gonna mark the whole dollar. It's about the whole dollar, but it does have this indecision down here, right here around 390. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Let's back up a little bit. I don't think people are going to be looking too much further back than that, but let's just see what it looks like going backwards. Okay, not a whole lot. Little touch point there, touch point there. Okay, so yeah, a couple of touch points here. We'll see how it does around these three levels. Let's I'm really not gonna spend a whole lot of time on the whoa. It just pop, pop, pop. What in the world? So these are the levels that I just marked up. 388, 399, and then this 432, and it just did a huge pop here. Let me see if any new news dropped on that. No, it did not. Just a big pop from 432 all the way up here to almost $5. Okay. So we'll see how it holds these levels. 432 was, I mean, I thought it was a little obvious, but it looks like we're gonna have to zoom back some and see if we can find any other levels up here for it to go to. Because it just popped that top. And now it's trading, went all the way to 490 something. So is there anything up here that's obvious that could stop it? Not really. Okay. So we'll see if it holds no. This is, what year was it? Oh, this is 2023. Nah, ain't nobody looking back that far. 2023. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to see what happens as it comes back down to these levels. But that was a crazy little pop there as we were doing our little research coming into the market, holding up this top level. And it's up 50, so it's 53 times its normal RVOL on Lace, but it has 16 million shares traded. Let's go look at the 5-minute. That was quite a bit of a pop out of that that 432 level. It's going to swing through these other ones that are sucking up volume right now. ADD, cheaper one, but still 131 million shares traded. BINI, 27 million shares traded. Lace, still doing this thing, but these levels down here, really don't want to see it slip under 388, to be honest, if it's going to be strong on today. That's that bottom level. All right. Stopped only 30 cents away from this level. ATR on Lace has moved up from 36 cents to 40 cents. Point of control on the 1 minute is 410. Point of control on the 5 is 407. So all of them are around 410, from 407 up to 411 down there. And we'll see if any more Not really seeing this volume is way smaller than this, so a lot fewer traders in here right now willing to buy up here at this point. Whew. Okay, so this one's definitely unpredictable. Failed to the 451 half-dollar level, popped all the way back up to over the 475 in like seconds. Okay. See how it reacts back to that 450. Is that where it wants to get through? It's playing around these quarter dollars right now. It's leading the day in art ball for sure for low floats. Everybody kind of focused in over here. Five-minute, two big top and tails. Let's go look at the five. This is the 5-minute lower high there. Previous high was at 488. Still has room to come back down and test these possible daily levels, but I don't know. It is slowing down up here at 90%, but could push over 100 some point today. Forming a little flat top here right at this 480 level. I don't know if that's significant to, well, there's a little double top. 493 hit again. A little bit of double top on the 1 minute, but 1 minute has to transition to these other time frames. So this is a lower time frame, so we don't know if it's actually done yet. Starting to form a little range here, 880 or 480 down to around the 460s. About a 20-cent range here. Opening new candle below the previous body of that candle. 475 breakdown. Can we see it? 476, 475 right there, 473. I think it's burning longs and shorts here though. While we're waiting, let me go and see where Lace is actually from. Let's do a little research. I don't want to be burning too much time. Let's see. LAS Laser Photonics. All right, Laser Photonics Corporation operates as a vertically integrated manufacturing company for Photonics phase industrial products and solutions comprising laser cleaning technologies. It offers laser cleaning systems such as finishing lasers, conditioning lasers, roughening lasers, custom built industrial laser systems, and continuous and pulsed wave laser cleaning machines, laser cutting systems, including fiber and CO2 laser cutting, and laser welding systems or system comprising handheld laser welder, robot operated laser welder, okay, so all of this laser stuff. The company also provides laser marking systems, which include handheld systems for marking on the go and industrial laser systems and laser engineering solutions. Its products are used in aviation, automotive, nuclear, maritime, defense, space, semiconductors, energy, and battery manufacturing industries. Laser Photonics Corporation was incorporated in 2019 and is headquartered in Orlando, Florida, or is based in Orlando, Florida. All right. So all about the lasers on LASE. All right, going back over here to our movers is still leading the day in Arval. CISS is a little bit behind it, but yeah, that percent gain on CISS is not impressive at all, only up 8%. So I'm not into that one. Lace coming on down. ADD. BINI. ADD. Still looking trash. All right, Lace, what you gonna do down here at this 432? You got 30 cents to drop. Is this even a real level? I don't even know. It was like a possible on a daily, but could bounce. But how many people are gonna see that as the level on the daily? So over here on the daily chart, this is that 432, this tip here. Then past that, it's got the $3.99, $4 whole dollar level down here. And I'm wondering, could it bounce out of this range? Not sure. And that this line here, the 388, is just a indecision level, which I mean, it probably, if people don't count this as a level, I don't know. I think the $4 is gonna work better, probably. Let's go for $4 whole dollar, 332, and it's like a 32-cent range it can fall within. But below that, it's gonna be looking pretty weak. Sometimes I pay attention to these indecision candles because I mean it was indecision there, so it could, you know, jump back over 4 real quick, but it's got a movement of 40 cents on the ATR right now. So for it to move from 387 back up to 432, I don't know, could happen. We're seeing it pop up right now though. Coming back into this previous trading little flat top here of the 466. We'll see how it continues to hold that. Little peeker. Huh. So getting back below 466, trying to hold that level, but not finding the strength here. Let's look at the 5-minute. 5-minute had a little bit top of the move. This is a hangman. Well, it's kind of a hangman. It's not really at the top of the move. It kind of traded back inside of here, so it's not really a hangman. But the bottom side of it is 450. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So just went from 480 up here to 515. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it's leaving these levels behind and creating its own new levels. And I don't know how solid these are, 450 and all of that, but it's 50 cents off of 450. So can it get back under 480? Little bit of an unpredictable mover here, though. That's okay. Let's see who that was. Appreciate that, Nathan King. Yeah, I kind of forget to say like and subscribe and all of that because during these times, it's early in the morning. I'm up just looking at the markets, seeing what's going on, but appreciate that. All right, 513 coming on. Damn. One good thing to know is the $5 is used by retail and prop firms a lot. You know, when prices get over $5, prop firms like to attack them, especially if they don't believe that they're worth $5. They'll attack them short. But if they have catalysts and all of that with them, um, and this catalyst on Lace is that year over year they've raised up over 317%. And speaking of catalysts, let's go look at that. So Lace's news yesterday at 3:10 p.m. Revenue surges 2.6 million as strategic acquisitions and multi-sector expansions drive acceleration growth. Implemented 2 million in annualized cost reductions during the quarter. Orlando, Florida, a leading global developer of clean tech laser systems for laser cleaning and other material applications. Today announced results for its second quarter ended June 30th. Okay, so by today they mean, back on the 18th, yesterday. Q2 2025 financial highlights. Revenue increased 317% to 2.6 million compared to 0.6 million. Gross profit expanded 341% to 1.4 million with gross margins improving to 53.5. Successfully implemented plan to reduce 2 million in annualized expenses during the quarter. Net loss included approximately 8 or zero point 0.8 million in interest expense classified under other income loss. Okay, they made that really big. Operating loss, they really want us to see this. Revenue, bam. Gross profit, they were like, just make everything big. Okay, so gross margin, operating expenses, operating loss, net loss. Okay. All right. This is a comment from their person. I'm not gonna read that whole comment. Another comment. Strategic acquisitions. Let's go ask some questions about LASE to chat. Or not really. This isn't Chat GPT, but this is Benzinga's AI. So tell me about LAES and how it plans to increase investor interest. Increase investor interest. And over here, while we wait on that, LAES still playing around with this $5. Made another little flat bottom here. So it had one here at 456 and one at 497 there. Okay, so it's done. I want to see it pull back before I switch back over and start reading. 505, 506, 508. Back under 4 is 509. Could pop this top here. Very small pop out over the 509 up to 511. But has this whole dollar level here that some trading is coming in. This point of control has not moved yet. Still down there around 410. So not a lot of volume has come in. Even in this move right here, not a lot of volume has come in. Okay, so it's pulling back. Let's go ahead and read into it a little bit. So Laser Photonics Corporation review and investor interest strategy. Let's break down what's happening. We just read this. The revenue is up 317 year over year and 341 gross profit. So what's special? Explosive revenue growth. It posted over 300 revenue growth for 2 consecutive quarters. Mainly due to acquiring Control Micro Systems and Beamer laser marking systems. Strategic acquisition, these deals brought in big clients and expanded Lay's Tech's footprint with 19 centers and 5 demo showrooms. Aggressive cost-cutting management implemented 2 million in annualized cost reductions, aiming to improve profitability in upcoming quarters. How Lay's plans to increase investor interest. Market expansion, targeting the massive 46 billion sand and abrasive blasting market with laser-based cleaning solutions. Blue chip client base serving Fortune 1000 manufactured across aviation, automotive, defense, and energy sectors. Tech leadership positioning as a clean tech innovator with scalable solutions and broad geographic reach. Operational efficiency, focus on cost controls and integration of acquisitions to drive future margins. Okay, so yeah, that's takeaway. Lace is making bold moves, rapid revenue growth, strategic deals, and aggressive. Oh my goodness, it's going higher. Lays popped out there just a little bit, 515. 518 just got hit, but the news, I'm not really seeing any bad news on it, so I can definitely understand why it's up here. The previous obvious levels was down here at 432, so we'll see what happens. while it's pulling back yet again, let's see if it goes red. We need to see it go red before we continue to research. Right down to that 5, 496. Okay. If the point of control moves up here, I know it's some bigger players getting in here because uh, I'm seeing this blue come across the screen here at the 470s. So a lot of stuff happening at the 470s. So are they trying to get it back to 470 is the question. 475, $0.25 level. But right now, I'm not seeing super bad news on it. But people may be wanting to take profit. I want to see it get under this level so we can continue researching on 494. Under 494. Let me see if anything else is popping up over here on our signals. Nope, it's still leading the day. Was not able to dump down. Trading within this previous lash down here. Let's see if it can hold $5. It's so close though. Literally 2 or 3 cents from flipping sides. Wow. Okay, so shorts are kind of getting caught up in here. 518, another double top. We saw a double top down here as well. So this is the second time we're seeing this. 493 was the first one. And then now we're seeing a 518 double top on the 1 minute. Okay, closing under a double top. So I'm expecting some movement down. People want to take profit behind a double. Let's go over to the 5 minutes, see what we're looking like over here. Back into this indecisive level around the 5. Let's see it break down a little bit and then we'll go and do some more reading. It is 80 times its normal relative volume now. 87 times its normal relative volume now. 26 million on the board. Okay. This might be a bigger move down with all of this. It's getting tighter and tighter. Okay. Yeah, so 5 coming on down here. Let's see if it continues. Okay, so made a new low. All right, let's jump over here to the front page news and see what people are seeing coming into today. All right, signs of healthier path to new records emerge for stocks. Wall Street sees rotation into lagging sectors as an early sign of even healthier market dynamic. Stock futures mark time with big retail earnings on deck. Nvidia is working on an H2O beating AI chip for China. And of course, US gets 15% of that, or that's the deal that they're trying to hash out. Whatever comes from this H2O, they want the US wants 15% of that. Um, S&P credits Trump tariff bounty for buoying AA plus rating. Budweiser maker to invest 15 million in U.S. brewery. Intel stock pops after 2 billion lifeline from SoftBank. Trump's rate demands put fiscal dominance in market spotlight. Oil slips as Trump ramps up diplomatic push to end Ukraine war. Black Hills buy utility firm Northwestern Energy for 3.6 billion. Intel CEO draws support from revival from SoftBank. We just saw that one. Let's see. Okay, any other news stuff? All right, so let's check the news on Benzinga. News feed details. All right, this morning, so this scanner in this news is looking for things that are above small caps, so basically above 2 billion and up. Looking for a price. What was the price on this one? Scanner. I cannot remember. Volume 1 million. Price $3. So yeah, it needs to be above 3 for these higher float stocks is what I'm looking for. And I'm not seeing much on today. Most of the focus is where we've been looking anyway. Is it any Federal Reserve or any kind of news coming out? This is the 19th, so let's go look at the FOMC. Today we have the commercial paper coming out, speech by Vice Chair for Supervision, Bowman, fostering new technology in the banking system at Wyoming Blockchain Symposium. This is some more crypto language. Blockchain Symposium 2025, Teton Village, Wyoming. And then tomorrow, another bit of the Blockchain Symposium happening for today and tomorrow. And then Friday, we have the Economic Outlook and Framework at Wyoming. So everything's happening in Wyoming. This speech is by Jerome Powell. All right, so let's jump back over to Lace. Lace coming down under this 5, coming down, and it's got room all the way to this level of 432. It has these pre-market levels that actually I need to make another level for pre-market levels so I could just keep up with them during the day. So 450. I need to change the color on these. So pre-market level. And we'll make this, what color do I want to make it? I want to make it something that makes sense. Like maybe gray because it's pre-market and it's not something that's been super tested. But if I make it gray and these are white, that may be too close. Let's see, what about pre-market levels? Pre-market level right there, the 450-ish, kind of held above that. Duplicate this. We had a flat top up here of 506. So these are two pre-market levels, but the real daily levels are down here at 432. We'll see how it respects these pre-markets. I guess I could just put this at 5. Let's edit this and put it at 5 on a dot. So we got about a 50-cent move there. See how it respects either side. Point of control still down there at 408. Hasn't moved out of this range of the daily levels. All right, let's bounce around to some of the other ones that are sucking up volume. ADD still going down. Beanie, BINI. And both of these are super cheap. 13 cents on ADD, but it's got 145 million shares, which means that a lot of volume is being dispersed over there. Same thing with Beanie. 29 million. Well, Lace is about to catch up with Beanie. So Lace is at 28 million. It's about to get over Beanie. So I'm not too worried about Beanie. All right, Lace going on down. We got our pre-market. I need to remember this color. I like this color for pre-market. These are colors that they're possibles, not really concrete. Let's go look at the 5 minute on this one. So we can see that move back into this range from that $5. Now remember, we were talking about the prop traders and things like that. Prop traders close to that five, they do attack kind of hard. That's why sometimes when you see it hit $5 and it does continue going, it's such a big push because so many big sizes are taken around here, and when they have to cover, it just pushes it higher and higher and higher. But when they win, it looks like this. So it comes up here, and they're packing on, packing on, packing on shorts, and then they get a little dump. And maybe this thing fades all day. We don't know. We just needed to get to a real level, not a pre-market level here. Jump over to the 15 minute. Slowing down around that $0.25 level. Can it continue to trade lower? So 480 was the 15-minute bottom of this body. Will it continue lower? Let's jump back to the 1 minute. Point of control moved up here. This red line was down here around 410. So let's see how it holds this point of control. It's like a lot of shares have been traded during this period. And the way that I have my point of control set up, it goes from period to period. So aftermarket has its own point of control back down here at 370. This one, wherever the majority of the trades are taken, that's where it'll go. So 470, how will it hold? At this point, it doesn't have far to get to this bottom side, but it's kind of just right in the middle. It's going to have to choose. Will it stair step down or will it curl again? Right at this flat top once again of the 480. More volume coming in there. You see that blue growing. Or 75 holding right on that level. Beanie, I'm gonna go ahead and get that one off. Seems like it's going ahead and dying there, 14%. Four 80 level seems to be a respected level for resistance more and more, and it's out actually looking like a head and shoulders pattern. So it actually did this twice too. This first one was a shoulder, head came up here, broke the shoulder, went up, blasted up. Now this thing has become some type of shoulder. This right here, if I can mark it, this one looks like some type of head. Oh no, I messed that up. This looks like some type of head and then forming some type of shoulder here. So I don't know if that's the pattern that it's trying for, the head and shoulders, but if it is, it's going to continue down. Getting tighter and tighter in here. Yeah. I don't like this range closing down like this. Let's see what else we can find. Viking Therapeutics, Wolf. Let's go look at the earnings for today. See what else is coming out here. Any big name earnings? All right, so we got big name earnings. XPEV, that's always a kind of a mover. But that happened before market. What about after market close? Because a lot of these before market have already happened. Not really see anything. Let's go to the IPOs. For today, YMT. Oh, let's see. Agricultural B2B. Hold up. Lace coming back up here. Move up. Still within this previous shoulder of the 494. Yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, man. Let's see. XPEV. Yeah, I was just seeing XPEV up there for the earnings before. Moved from 20 up to, and let me put this on the list. XPEV. And then the other one was AREC. All right, so XPEV up 3%. From the ATRs, let's see. So it's definitely above the ATR. How much volume? So XPEV still needs a little bit of help on the volume, but it has a good ATR. It has 72 cents in the ATR, so it can probably get some range if it gets volume behind it. I like that one. Let's go and look at the daily chart for XPEV, and then we'll flip over to AREC, or not AREC, AREC. So on the daily chart for XPEV, it closed at 1990, and it's going to be, or it has traded up, went up to a high of 2090. So right under this level here, let's back up a little bit. Let's look at the overall chart. and delete. Let's clear drawing set. Some real old drawings because they're still red. Okay, so XPEV traded on down. Let me look back a little bit more. So XPEV had a high of 74, came down to 618, has been slowly grinding up off of this low, which trend line low down here around, I say 60. Okay. So has been slowly grinding up and separated from this level down here at the 675-ish level. Just kind of trying to find some structure here. So we had, it's got quite a bit of ways away from that previous low. And when did this start? This started in 2024. So started kind of getting on out of there. Zoom on in. Has a lot of gaps in here. Has a lot of gaps to fill in here. For sure. Gap. I guess they all did get filled at some point. Yeah. All of them got filled. Interesting. If it can get volume today, that's all it really needs is the volume. AREC, it has 4 million shares traded. The ATR is lower, 19 cents on the ATR from yesterday. So let's also look at the floats and all of that in Benzinga on this as well. So let's go to XPEV. I believe it is a larger float, which could mean that it's going to be a little bit safer movement. Whoops. XPEV. All right, so August 19th, it had news on today's second quarter 2025 unaudited financial results. We could read all of this. We could. Let's go and ask Benzinga here to tell us about, kind of summarize all of that stuff that's coming through on XPEV. Tell me about XPEV and what it is doing to increase investor interest. Okay, and then we'll have AREC next. Oh my goodness, I put doping. I did not mean to put that. Let me retype that. Did not see that extra little P in there. All right, fix this. What is it doing to increase investor interest? All right, so Xpeng Inc. is making headlines in 2025 with a series of strategic moves aimed at boosting investor interest and standing out in the fiercely competitive electric vehicle market. Here's a concise breakdown of what's driving attention right now. Key facts table. So August 2025, Xpeng Volkswagen partnership expanded. EE architecture now covers EV, ICE, and PHEV. August 2025 weekly registrations 7,900 units, up 229% year over year, down 12.9 week over week. July 2025 monthly deliveries record 36,717 units, ninth month greater than 30K units. Year to date stock performance plus 64% year to date. Ongoing in-house chip development. Turing chip replaces NVIDIA in new models. Wow, NVIDIA got replaced. That's crazy. Their chip must be pretty good. Okay. So strategic alliance, so insights, this is what we just read on the chart. Basically just kind of re-emphasizing what we just read. Now, what do these acronyms mean that we read? EV, ICE, and PHEV. So it said, well, we know what EV means, but to include internal combustion engine and plug-in hybrid EV platforms in China. So all of this is Chinese. Why it matters. The deal boosts Xpeng's credibility, unlocks economies of scale, and positions both companies to complete more or to compete more effectively in China's auto market. Consistent delivery, delivery record, vehicles. Okay, we saw that. Why that matters. Sustained delivery growth demonstrates strong demand and operational execution, key factors for investor confidence. Um, 3, in-house chip innovation. Xpeng is rolling out its proprietary Turing chip for smart driving features, aiming to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers like NVIDIA. So, I mean, if you're big on China, they're definitely trying to cut out anything that is U.S. So Xpeng is doing that. What was the other one? AREC. Let's look at that. AREC. Yeah, so this one has a much higher float, which means it's probably going to be a lot more stable than the low floats. And it also has a market cap that is a mid cap, or so it's kind of a large cap. It's like in between mid and large cap, because mid caps are usually 2 billion up to 10 billion, but I mean, kind of close, but I would say it's a large cap. So looking very stable out there on that end. Let's go look at our AREC. AREC float of 71 million. Let's see what news. So this one has news. Re-Element Technologies and Vulcan Elements finalized long-term supply agreement for rare earth oxides under a multi-year contract to power domestic rare earth magnet production. Okay. So let's go. Tell me about this thing. AREC. Let's see what you got on this one. Yeah, XPEV is getting a little bit more volume too. It's up over 1 million shares traded now. Definitely gonna be having that one on watch if it wants to be crazy today. Um, let's see. Great question. Ares Management Corporation, or NYSC Ares, is a major force in the private credit and alternates asset management space. And as of August 2025, it's actively taking steps to increase investor interest and reinforce its leadership in the market. What is Ares Management? Ares is one of the world's largest private credit managers with about 377 billion in credit assets under management. The company specializes in direct lending, high yield bonds, and special situations investing, serving middle market companies that traditional banks often overlook. How is Ares increasing investor interest? So it's expanding the BDC investments. Ares is not just managing its flagship Ares Capital Corporation, but also investing in other top business development companies for its clients and itself. This broadens exposure and income opportunities for investors. ARCC remains the largest BDC in The U.S. with 25 billion in assets and diversified portfolio of 400,000 companies. So the question is, where are people actually investing to invest in AREC? Because its stock price is at $1.50 something. Do they have like portfolios as far as like ETFs and things like that that they're invested in that could be more profitable than investing directly in the company itself? Because it seems like that money has to be going somewhere else if it's doing this good, right? Remains the largest BDC in the US with 25 billion in assets. The money is somewhere else. It's got to be. It's got to be. And I'm gonna go and see. It says ARCC growth and consistent dividends. So ARCC remains the largest BDC in the U. Okay, what about the dividends? Okay. It has paid steady quarterly dividends since inception, making it attractive for income-focused investors. Okay, so let's go look at dividends on AREC. What these dividends talking about? Verify me, I am human. Okay, AREC says it does a quarterly dividend. And let's go to dividend payouts. All dividend. What? How are they? Well, maybe it's not a cash dividend. Maybe it's, but still, even if it wasn't a cash dividend, it would be. Let me go to NASDAQ. AREC. Dividend history. No dividend. What? How are they paying out dividends then? It says steady quarterly dividends, making it an attractive income focus for income focused investors. Aries is acquiring other BDCs for further diversity. Okay, tell me more about this dividend. Diversification, takeaway. Okay. What about AREC? Whoops. EC dividend. What is it looking like? Come on, buddy. Okay, so ARC dividend, it's just got a bunch of blanks. We don't know what the yield is. We don't know how they're paying, what their payment schedules are. But if it's been doing, let me see, has not paid any dividends in trailing 12 months through the end of 2024. Dividend per share and dividend yield are both not available, indicating no distributions to shareholders. Are they lying? Where are these dividends going? The most recent close price reported was 145. If you're looking for income dividends, it's not currently providing distributions. Okay, I don't know. It says it remains the largest and has paid steady quarterly dividends. I don't like that. I don't know what they're lying about, but I'm cool. I don't know why they would be saying they pay dividends, and you go look it up and it's like nothing. ADD diving on down to non-existence under 12 cents. LAES is almost to this pre-market level 450 that we saw earlier, but I'm just not trusting this pre-market level for a bounce. I mean, it could bounce. We'll see. It's a $0.5 level, but definitely has room to that 432 daily level. It's up 84% now. Has given back almost $1. No, not $1. Almost 60 cents. XPEV still trading around this ATR high as well. It's got 1 million shares traded on it, but it's looking downwards as well. I think XPEV has the better news on today as far as you know, trying to get a move, but it needs more volume. A lot of this volume got sucked up by these cheaper stocks. Let me go look back at the signals here. Let's see what we got. What is this? So I'm seeing Lay's 136 times its norm. CISS. What is IVDA? IVDA. Trash is what it is. What is GXAI? Relative volume coming on up. Let's go look at GXAI. Okay, GXAI looks a little bit more interesting. I slapped that one on there. It is getting relative volume, but it's in competition with all these other ones. It's up 18% right now. Let me see. Let's see a catalyst. So Gaxos Labs launches Art Gen, an AI image and video creation platform targeting multi-billion-dollar market. So they just launched a new platform there, and it has 11 times its normal volume. VSIG, it looks like a little bit cheaper one. I guess we could look into it. VSIG, VCIG. What's the float on that one? VCIG. Let's just stick to low floats for now. Leave the higher floats for midday. Key data. Okay, so these R8. Oh, this is still on R8. Let's look at this one. So this one, GXAI has a float of 6.9 million. VSIG has a float of 25, too high. DFLI, or I'll say too high for pre-market. We might look at it during the day and see if it holds up. DF, okay, so these relative volumes are still too low. All right, so let's see where GXAI has 1 million shares traded, still very low volume with the competition on the board, and it's a cheaper stock, so it won't have as much range to make money. Okay, back over to Lace. A little bit of a bounce in this level around this 450, but how much confidence is there? It is now trading under the point of control. 470 up there is where the majority of the trades have happened. Will it continue to stair step down? What's so funny, man? Did I say something? I'm just talking about these stocks, man. If they're trash or they're whatever, I'm just gonna say it. We're gonna see. Try to get into the best positions, or at least have the information of the things that are going to take the best positions on the day, and kind of deep dive on them. If you guys have any other questions about any other of these, I can definitely throw it in the chat, and we'll definitely research and deep dive on them. Because right now, Lace was the leader on today, especially in attention, and it is looking kind of sick right now, making these lower lows. Yeah, I'm looking, man. And even on the spike list, let me just do this by time and see what has happened. So what is this one? MX has some kind of report, second quarter financial results. The last one that popped, this one was a minute ago too, but it's not really moving anything. What kind of float does it have? 46 million in the float. Dallas News, this one has a little bit lower float, but the percent gain just isn't. Oh no, that's a shareholder investor warning, isn't it? Yeah, investigation. Never mind on DAL. That one looks sick. Let's see. I'm seeing them pop in now, so a couple more striding in. What is Goro? Goro too cheap looks like, with a super high float. And the relative volume looking sick as well. Okay, so we're just gonna stick to the high relative volume. And that way we know we're in at least some good ground. Because these low relative volume ones will get you killed. They may pop or whatnot, but without the interest, they're gonna die. CX pair there. Lace popping back up to that 470, checking in. Did not crash out that 450 yet, but it only 20 something cents to get back to that 450. Yep. So, like you said, the market is dry because if anything else new pops up, it's got all this competition. People got to come. They're already in positions, especially the shorts. If they were in position on here, like, do they just transition their mindset to another one, or you know, I mean, if you got a big enough account, I guess you could do that. But I think the focus is on these top movers. So for anything else to pop up, it's definitely going to be some competition on the board for it. Lace, I really didn't see any bad news on it unless they come out with some type of offering during the day. Um, and so I'm expecting this one to still have some upward gas in it, but we just kind of got to see what it does around these daily levels. And hopefully it doesn't pop all the way back down under $4 because that would be some super weakness, but it's only like 50 cents away from that. Um, and showing a little downwards move here. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on Lace to see what it wants to do. Could be a grinder higher or something. The rational move that I'm seeing from the news is upward, but it could just stay irrational and just go down, which is sometimes what we see on those grinders that fade all day. It's like, bro, this was good news, and it's fading, just completely irrational. And then the next day or the next few days, it pops back up. It's like, bro, it took it that long. You just never know how long it's gonna stay rational or irrational. That's why a lot of people be scalping. They'll just sell out. That goes in their direction a little bit, scalp, get on down. Right. Oh man, I got a presentation today. Oh man, here's what it is. Good thing about presenting something that you created is you created it, so it's kind of hard to dispute. It's like, oh yeah, here's my presentation on my creation here. I can answer any questions or whatever. It's a lot easier to present something you created. Lace. Let's see. Lace coming on down. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, for IT cable. Yeah. I'm always trying to create something, keep myself in the game. I want to build a bigger home lab. That's what I want to do. Is I want to get some more devices in here, test some more things out because with AI advancement and all of this stuff, I mean, just staying in the loop is a pretty good thing. And I also want to, I've been looking into, I've worked for a long time in micro electronics, like phones, tablets, and things like that. And then I also did a lot of work on larger electronics, but I want to go macro. I want to go even bigger and get into um, I just want to learn a lot about electronics, being more electrically efficient, and moving energy through a system as efficient as possible. Not just from a coding or top level, but I mean even deeper into the circuitry, into the board itself. That's what I want to learn some more about. I want to be the connection. All right. Tatiana's called out TGL. TGL. Let's jump over there. Let's do a little deep dive over here. Let's take a glimpse over to the daily chart on TGL. Okay, so TGL closed yesterday at 150. It is now up to 163. Let's go look at what's going on here. TGL. TGL Treasure Global Inc. What's this? So the float is kind of low float, 3.80. What's the market cap? Market cap, definitely a small cap. That thing is small. That thing. Okay, so let's go and ask some questions about TGL. Hopefully they're not lying about any dividends. Tell me about TGL and what they are doing to increase investor interest. Okay, let me make sure I spelled everything right. Okay. Even if I didn't, it probably is smart enough to figure it out. Okay, absolutely. Let's break down what's happening in. Wait, let me make sure I'm looking at the right company. GraphJet Technology, that doesn't look right. Treasure Global Inc. Okay, no. I was referring to, oh my goodness. Referring to Treasure Global Inc. I don't know what that other thing is. TGL making moves though. For sure, for sure. Add that to the list. TGL up 18%, getting a little bit of volume. ATR from yesterday was 13 cents, but it is moving. Okay, so here's a concise, up-to-date look at Treasure Global Inc. and their recent efforts to attract investor interest as of August 19th. After hours price move, so 36% up. August 19th. 1 for 60 reverse stock split approved effective August 25th. So that's in a couple of days, right? So today is like 6 days. Q1 net loss 577,000. It's down 96% year over year. Quite a big jump down from last year. 6-month net loss down 91% year over year. Cash on hand 227,000. A new R&D partnership with Mercu for heat sinks. Okay, so reverse stock split to regain NASDAQ compliance. Treasure Global is enacting a 1 for 60 split to boost its share price above $1. So I mean they got it above $1. Let's see. Strategic collaboration partnerships. Market sentiment still cautious despite after-hour surge. Ooh, it just burnt. Oh my. Okay, so I'm looking on another screen and I saw this thing dive. That's why I was saying it's making a move. Look at that. Woo. Yeah, somebody got hurt right there. You know, in moments like these, we see death in motion. There's a lot of poetry in the market, I feel. But yeah, I saw it going up as I was reading, and then bam. But yeah, stock split to try to save itself from some turmoil. It is now up only 6%. So yeah, definitely not looking the greatest. Does it do? Let me see where this is actually located at. TGL, Treasury Global. Man, that thing dope. I was looking at it, I was like, oh wow, it might go over $2. And then I looked over. All right, so let's go to our profile and see where this thing is located. Treasury Global through its subsidiaries, Z Cities, I don't even know what these abbreviations are. Citydale, I don't know, man. Boulevard, I don't know. Offers payment processing and e-commerce services. The company provides an online to offline e-commerce platform that offers customers or consumers and merchants instant rebates and affiliate cashback programs with e-payment solution and rebates in both e-commerce and physical retailers merchant settings. It also offers Z City app, a payment gateway platform. Treasure Global Inc. has incorporated was incorporated in 2020. It's headquartered in New York, New York, and it continues to get shoved into the dirt. So it is now red on the day. TGL is death in motion. All right, so let's go back over here and look at the signals. Did TGL pop up here? It did pop up here. I just saw it. Popped up here for just a little bit. I just saw it. Where is it? Where was the first pop on it? TGL. Okay, so it had a spike at 719, which was just a couple minutes ago, and absolutely got slaughtered. Still, oh, what was the relative volume on that one? TGL. TGL R-vol. Look at this low R-vol. This is why I'm really focused on, hey, where's the attention on the day? What is the R-vol? Because that matters a lot. All right. What's this other one? GXA. Is it still going up? Gaxos. It is up 60%. Oh my goodness. All right. So GXAI continued to flood up. Up 62% right now. I'm going to go ahead and do. I'll show you guys what my watch list is looking like right now. What's leading? Let me go over to the watch list here. Watch list. There. Okay, so right now this is what's leading. ADD still leading in volume, 184 million shares traded. Then we got LASE, 44 million. GXAI trying to catch up, closed up with ATR of 6 cents from yesterday. REC, which was called out. XPEV, which was called out, still sitting at 3. TGL absolutely got stomped on. But yeah, that's what my list is looking like right now. And right now, if anything new were to pop on, look at the competition that it will be under. You know what I mean? Like these shorts and longs will have to transition over here to these other names. All right, I'm gonna switch back over there and switch back over to the main. And GXAI is still pumping up. Still pumping up there. 60% up. LASE could not find any conviction around this 450. So yeah, that pre-market level, I just was not trusting that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up TGL. Those are out of there. XPEV I'm gonna leave up there, even though it's lower volume. It may be some type of mover later on. I don't know, during the day, but it's definitely got a lot of competition. All of these will need to die out. Okay, GXAI pulling back just a little bit. I have a couple minutes left on the stream, like 4 minutes, and then I gotta get ready to get on out of here. And I will see you guys streaming tomorrow morning, pre-market. We will do some more deep diving on hump day. Let's see. Anything else? GXAI has 184 times its normal RVOL. ATR is at 11 cents, so not a whole lot to be swept off of there. I look to try to get 25% of the ATR. So if we were to calculate that, what is 25% of 11 cents? What is that? Is it even 1 cent? I don't even know. Let me see. 25%. Bam. So right around 2 cents. 2 cents. I can't wait. No. I said 11. No, that's supposed to be 11 cents. 11 cents. 25% of 11 cents. It's crazy. Oh yeah, 2 cents. 2 cents. Right. Well, 2.0275. So almost 3 cents would be the 25 cents of that move. Right now though, GXAI is turning around. And that's why I look for higher ATRs, because you can get more off of them. You know, if something is, let's say, has an ATR of 50 cents, right? ATR of 50 cents, and you multiply that by 0.25, then you'll be looking at around 12-cent gain, right? Instead of 2 cents. If it has an ATR of $1, well, then you know that the 25 cents is going to be, or the 25% is going to be 25 cents. Lace still at this pre-market level, found some support down here, but made a lower low, which yeah, I know is crazy. Came back up here to that point of control of 470 once again. 45 million shares traded on it. Moved from 450 up here to around 20 cents up there. And it has an ATR of 42 cents. So 42 times, let's see, was it 42 cents times 25 would be, or times 0.25 would be 10 cents. So 10-cent winners on Lace. That's about what it's giving out. I want to see it during the intraday though. Still has not come down to any daily levels, and maybe it will create new daily levels based on these charts, so we don't know, or based on these the previous levels that it has down here. VSIG, yeah. Let me jump back over here. So we got 51% on GXAI. Okay, I got to get out of here. I'm looking at the time, man. Time is flying. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we have the Discord. Discord is free. It's where we continue conversations. But I got to hit the road, get over to the other office, and get some work done, and then I will circle back. I got some meetings to hit in, and I will circle back with you guys later on in the day to see where y'all are sitting, and maybe I'll see something I could trade too. But you know, I don't like rushing, you know, racing over to the office, flipping over the computer and being like, oh, let's take a trade. I like to sit there, take a deep breath, you know, chill out, then try to trade. Because when my blood's pumping, I tend to do things erratically, and it doesn't work out well. But anyway, that's it for today, and I will see you guys on tomorrow morning. Appreciate it, and I'm out. Peace.